Oh, namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang today. Very happy to see you. Beautiful day, cool here in Alentejo for a change. And welcome also all the friends who are joining us from around the world for Satsang today, to have real-time Satsang. So very big welcome, hearts welcome to you. And wonderful. Already your hand is in there, you can come.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
I'm not good at public speaking, I get very nervous, but I'm going to try express myself in the best way possible.
Okay.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
I always have a lot of questions, but
You had a lot of
I
questions?
always have a lot
You
of
always
questions.
had a lot of questions.
But more than asking one of those questions that come from the mind, I'd like to share with you what is in my heart.
Very good.
I had a very Catholic upbringing.
Yes.
And for many years now, I haven't felt any identification with religion, and it's fallen back. But something that's never left me is the love I have for Jesus. And I always felt somehow that he was apart, or he was in heaven, like we learn. And ever since I heard your first video, something opened up. And in the beginning, there was some confusion because I would see some people in my mind worshipping you. It's like there would come my Catholic judgment, like, what are they doing? And I kept listening. Something just compelled me to keep listening to you. And the last satsang I came to, it just clicked, and things kind of made sense.
Yes.
That I have never felt these are happy tears. I have never felt so Jesus more in my heart now than with you.
Yeah.
You have brought me so close, not so close, he is here, I know he is
Yes.
here.
Yes. He's in there.
He's here, yes, he is here. And when Jesus said, the truth will set you free,
Yes.
his truth is not different to yours, nor to Papaji's, nor to Ramana, nor to Buddha. It's all the same.
Yes, yes.
And I will bow to you 1,000 times just for this. I thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm very happy for anybody who discovers that connection or that recognition inside the heart, no? Because the mind can't do it. It is like some flower opening up, and this is something very, very beautiful. You see, because it's not forced. You cannot force a flower to open. Maybe you can, I don't know. Maybe there are ways. We are very clever at things these days, so we can do many things. But I would prefer to just watch it open by itself. And when the flower of consciousness opens in your heart like that you can have such a beautiful connectedness, and even sometimes connectedness feels even a step out, because it is closer than intimacy.
I've imagined myself sitting here speaking to you and always asking the same question, like, what would you ask Mooji?
Yeah.
And I always ask the same thing, is set me free. And you always answer the same thing, is you are free.
Yeah.
All the other questions don't seem to matter when that one comes. There is one more thing, if I may. My sister is in California. Her name is Marlene, and she can't obviously be here. She can't be here,
She
so
cannot be here, no.
there is a question she asked me to ask you.
Yeah.
I love you so much, Mooji. Let me try and figure it out. Hold on. It had to do with in an awakened state. Is there space to get upset and to get angry and to get irritated?
Yes.
And what's the difference? It's okay. What's the difference when you get upset and when I get upset? Is it the same?
No, if I get upset, it's not personal. You see? Now we can say, is it possible to be upset and it's not personal? I have to confess it is, because it seems that it feels like more than someone doing it, it's a genuine response to something that the situation calls out for it, like a kind of righteous anger or something. And if it's be replaced by some more contrived, controlled sort of like niceness, it can be also very irritable. You see, it's something even for the listener can feel like, why don't you just come out and say it and stop going, okay, I don't mind. No, see, so something feels more true. What is different is that it doesn't collect. It doesn't begin to ferment and produce the kind of acidity and the sort of, thing that sometimes when we take things personally, then it keeps on brewing inside the mind, and because the person feels upset or feel like some injustice has been done against them or so on. Whereas in your true state, in your natural state, it will not stick with you. It will just be boom and it's gone. It's just boom, and it may linger for a few minutes, but really much beyond that. Really much beyond that. Doesn't stick. So there's room for everything. Every expression can happen, you see. But it doesn't, it's like it doesn't get registered and then stay inside to show up at another date in another way. It's like here and gone. It's finished very quickly. And not because it's like anger and oops. It's not like that. It's like somehow it comes, and those who are facing it also, they will feel a different vibration unless they take it personally. They're less likely. You see, some people take it very, very personally. The egoic sense, if it is there present in us, tends to be highly charged in sensitivity and take things too deeply.
There's like this belief that if you get upset, you're not spiritual, or you're not doing the right thing, or you can't.
Yes. But we see what it produces. If you hold on to this type of thinking, you get a very, very what is it we get? It's a very resentment can be there, or there's a state that doesn't seem believable. You feel very irritable when someone is trying to be nice, when you know that they're carrying some smelly feelings, and whereas if you just kind of burp it out, then it's kind of, and something feels justified about it. It's fine. It's finished. So there's room for that, and to great relief.
Yes. Thank goodness. Thank you.
But I would say, routine anger, then it smells of something different. It means that it's being somehow repeating. This is worth taking a look at that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Okay. Please come.
It's so wobbly walking up here.
Is it? Okay.
I got the greatest gift of my life this week. Thank you for opening your home to me. The tightness and the questions just found their way to the surface every single day, and everything seemed to drop away, and this feeling I have of love I've never felt before.
Yeah.
And I go home today.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's just the biggest introduction to, I don't know what happened. I know that something, your voice, your smile, your eyes, the people in the Sangha, this space to just burp up everything that was dirty and ugly and tight and judgmental and self-hatred, it just seemed to all fall away day by day, and I'm excited to go home.
Yeah.
and to have, an opportunity to be more comfortable
Yes.
in my skin and in my life.
Yes.
And I really owe that to you, and I give you my love. And
Because you have plenty now, no? You have plenty love now.
I do. It's
Yes,
like
yes.
the faucet turned on, and
Yes,
there's
yes,
like
yes.
this. It was dry in there, and it just seems like there's so much moisture or love, or
Yes.
it's not just bound in this shape.
Very good.
I'm so grateful. Thank you, Mooji.
Very good. What a way to go home. So good. Huh?
May I have one last hug?
Oh yes. Okay. Oh. Yeah. So good. So good. So good. So good. So good. Very good. Please come. Okay.
Hi, Mooji. My heart is just like this, hammering. And looking into your eyes, it helps. I just realize that now. And this is very new to me. Only 23rd of April, I got to know about you. And I went and saw some of your things there, and discovered that I was not the seeker that I took myself to be. And that was very big for me to recognize.
Yes.
So I've been watching you every day from Denmark, where I live, in Rishikesh, and every day something new was seen. So I'm just so grateful. And I've been here now for a week, came here Sunday, last Sunday. I didn't dare to get up here, but now I'm here.
Very happy.
Yes. And my daughter, she was on the waiting list for the silent retreat,
Yeah.
and she has been told now that she is on. So we are just so happy.
Very good.
I have this question that it seems that I have been in the condition very much been in a situation the person has been in, have to struggle to and trying to knowing somewhere that this can be much easier, life is something else than we believe it is.
Yes.
But my surroundings, there was a lot of pain, always been, so it kind of was not a go to say that it could be easier. So I tried to show, but I have realized that I myself, perhaps all the pain around me, was also a reflection of my own pain, that what I really longing for was to be one with the one.
Yes.
If you can say.
Yes. Yeah.
So yesterday I went for a walk, and I had this. I've never been used to go inside. I've been right outside to watch and to do the right things. But yesterday I felt I could go inside. I could be in here, and it was such a relief.
Yeah.
And it seems so simple, no, in this beautiful way, like the word grace. I just love that word, all is done. But still I had this, can it really be allowed? Can I really be allowed to be there? Is that for me, really? I know that self would not ask that question. So I guess it's still some person mixture of something.
What would self say?
Self just is.
Very good.
Yeah. And I feel that so strongly.
Yeah.
And because when I feel that, it's so easy, everything.
Yes.
And I don't have to think.
Yes.
And I've been thinking all my life.
Yeah.
Very exhausted in a way, but now I feel so much energy.
Yeah.
I just want to, how can I share that with people around, because so many people have very difficult lives.
I would not be in too much hurry to sort of share that in that way, especially if it will bring in some kind of a way to think about being with people, because already that would be a kind of contrivance in some way, and it will become a bit mental and struggling. I would just continue to melt and merge with and in that, just be one with that. And just being that is already a tremendous thing, because you may find that people may come to you and say, thank you. You see, what? Why? You see, they could say to you, well, actually, I just was so troubled before, and I saw you, and my troubles went away. Now, would you said you shared something? Yeah, but not in a deliberate way. So that's also kind of sharing. That's the best kind of sharing. I would say like that, because very often people have a good intention to do something, to share, or they want to go and they want to hug everyone and so on. And And people say, whoa, hang on a second. And it like feels it doesn't work. But you just simply being yourself. And somehow you may find, if it is God's will, if it's the heart's true will, then you'll find that it's easy to move in a way without thinking about it. You see?
That is freedom.
That is freedom.
Yes.
And it is effortless also.
Yeah.
And fresh.
I've been looking for that all life.
Yeah.
Freedom, and trying to make it possible for other people to feel more free.
Yeah.
Knowing that I had a job to do in here.
Yes.
And now it's,
Yeah.
you came by. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Today, Sri sent me one, gave me a piece of cloth. I just asked, what is that came in this envelope? And she said, Sri has given you this cloth because it comes from someone, Deborah Mann, sent a present for me. And on it is quite a famous saying. It's you must become the change you wish to see in the world. Many people have heard it. Mahatma Gandhi said that. You must become that change that you wish to see in the world. You must be that first, in a sense. See? Not you must go out and change others, but you be that. And I think that's what you're discovering that feels so beautiful, and continue to enjoy it. Don't turn it into work. Just enjoy. And this joy itself is a light. It is the light of your heart that people are touched by more than your efforts to help. They just would love to meet someone who reminds them of their own inherent joy. And I say, don't remind the world that it is suffering or in trouble. Remind the world that it's beautiful and free. And when your life is like that, people, just to be uplifted is worth more than gold, actually. They say, yes, there's a space, there's hope. Yeah, this could be me. More than someone trying to get them to the next step.
Thank you so much.
No,
Mooji.
I am very happy to hear.
I give you a hug.
Please. I'm collecting hugs today. So good. Yes. And you know that radiance is pouring out of you, in fact. That joy. It's not something that anybody can pretend, in fact, because it's not man-made. It's just a sort of light, a kind of luminosity or something. So you just enjoy. I think this is the true meaning, to enjoy yourself. Be in the joy of yourself. You see, that is something that is beautiful.
That's life.
Okay, come on.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you so much. That day at the retreat when there was the 5-hour satsang,
There was
or
a
so, it was 4 or 5 hours. But when you were sort of acting like a mental matador. You were calling out the mind. You kept saying, anybody who has problems, anybody who has problems, and it just, the space just kept expanding. And then at the end, you said the most powerful words I've ever heard spoken. You said, "I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but while I'm here, make use of me." And in that moment, everything turned to light, including this body. And there's so much to speak of since then.
Yes.
So much relaxing into that, and so much joy.
Very good. Very good. Because sometimes the mind fool you. Oh, you have time for this, you have so much time, do this first and that, and then you'll have time for that. And when you hear, I say sometimes, you accomplish the greatest when you have no time. Something just, you collect all your power and everything becomes beautiful. So when you grasp that, you seize the opportunity, because you say, wait a minute, I can't rely on that tomorrow, because about tomorrow I don't know anything at all. But it's here now, so let me give my heart's attention to this. Then this is already something very beautiful. Everything becomes spacious and light because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's joyous, and I don't have any questions. I feel like since the first retreat in September, this past September, it just so happened that someone was in my town in Peterborough and came here to see you in June, and he came back with your power, and I felt it right away. And the retreat, we ended up hosting it at my house, and within 2 days, for years I've been following a bhakti yoga path, and I had deep respect for the guru, and I surrendered in my mind, but I could never surrender in my heart. There was just too much doctrine, and it felt smaller than me.
Yes.
And I felt as though I had to hide my realization and what I knew to be true in my heart.
Yes.
And I prayed that this is not ego, that if, when the time comes, please let me surrender, let me know.
Yes.
And within a couple of days of that retreat, I felt like I was just walking with you in my forest, beyond my house, and my heart surrendered itself. It wasn't even a thought, it was just, I had some questions for you I was asking, and as I was reviewing everything you said in those satsangs, I saw that you knew everything that I felt, and you knew so much more. And it happened spontaneously, and it's ever since then I've been at your feet.
Very good. Wonderful. Very good. Very great.
I also know that the work isn't done, that there's even this subtle avoidance just to come up to speak to you. Whether it's this, we watched the satsang yesterday from Sahaja Express here about preparation, and you said, you should, if you're going to an interview for a job, just go. Don't, if you can't just get the job spontaneously, then it's not for you. And that, it really hit home. And this process of this purifying, of this coming out, it's seeing that I'm not doing it. It's a process that has its own
flow, and
it has its own flow, and it's joyous, actually, the inquiry and the looking, and you called it the game of transcendence at the retreat, and it is a game. It's a massive game, and it's every day, it's different, and it's enjoyable, all because of you, so thank you.
Thank you. It's wonderful to see the light that is inside the heart coming through the eyes, isn't it? That luminosity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. come, Pano. You can.
Beloved Gurudev, I'm part of the Karma Yoga program, and it actually gave me the clarity to come up today and speak. Because there's this urge inside to go all the way.
Yes.
I don't want an experience or a nice moment of seeing. I just want to go all the way.
Okay. How far have you come so far?
To this place. And there are no real questions actually when I look in your eyes. I'm just afraid that when I go back, that...
Then don't go back. If going back means returning to a tired state or the old regime of thinking and identity, then don't go back. If you stay here and you really understand what I mean by here, and then see if really it takes any effort to be here. This is what I've been pointing to. This here-ness. Is there anyone staying here? Is it required that there's somebody staying here? Or have we been thinking about it in the wrong way? Have we been thinking that there is someone who needs to stay, just stay, and every time something comes and pulls them out, no, I've lost again, I'm going to go back to stay. Is it really truthful? Is it true that it is like that? Or it is maybe the voice of conditioning. This here-ness is what? It has no tenant there. This here-ness has there's no tenant. No person being here, staying here. You can look and also see for yourself. When you find this out, you see, then the idea of losing it or returning to it becomes completely redundant. They will not have any real meaning anymore. And that is the beautiful discovery, because if you find it and had to keep it, nobody can keep it. Not the Buddha or Lord Christ. They didn't have to keep it. They found they were the same as it, one with that. So no effort is required. Just it had to be recognized inside the heart that this is the true way that things are. That I am that. When I say I is that. It's meant to be, not person. Now it's everyone say, I do this, I like, I don't like. That is the lowest grade of I. Or the lowest way in which you can use I. What is the highest expression of I? when you can say, I am limitless, beyond what comes and goes, then you speak rightly as I. That's the true I, is consciousness. Because the mind says, go, because you'll have to come back to me. Mind says, you go. Even to satsang, go. Because I'll be waiting for you when you come back. Then you say, I don't want to go back. You yourself say, I don't want to come if only it's a momentary experience. Because then I have to go back to the old way. I don't want to go back there. So I say, stay here, don't go back. But where is here? Why can't you stay here? Maybe it's not even the right words to say stay here. It has to be use some word to say stay here. It has to speak deeper than a person listening to it and then staying here. So the words are not for the person. Do you follow what I mean by this? Yeah, if I say to the person, stay here, then it's unfair because no person can stay here. Even in your favorite place you can't stay. Because the very way of life will compel you to move. The vital force will want to move somewhere else. So it's not for the person. It's for the one who, maybe the truer way of putting it is remain here. But even that is not true. Because to remain means that you have an option to not remain. So that is speaking then mostly to attention, which is one of our great powers, but it's still not your original self. Because the attention goes about and you say to attention, stay here. When the attention stays here, the attention grows to love it. Then you say, then the attention and the self become one. But I am still subtler than my attention because I observe attention. Once you recognize, so attention can go at once. I'm here. And then see if attention can go anywhere without you.
Sri Mooji.
Thank you. Very good. Very good. Thank you.
I'm not scared to die anymore.
And why is that?
Because I know what happens. I felt it, I saw it, and I became it. And then I became a person again. And then not. And then just then, I was observing the attention and the breath and the words. But I hadn't become aware of the attention. So can we look deeper?
But when I say that you can observe attention, ordinarily people, we don't look that deeply. That attention, because you say, my attention is very restless. I can't keep my attention stable. It's once running off, it's galloping off down the road. So it cannot be you, because it is you who observe that it is restless and it's moving about.
Yes.
Hmm?
I can see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can your attention go anywhere at once without you?
No. No.
Yeah,
No, it can't.
yeah. So it must be somehow supported by its own source. You cannot see attention by itself going somewhere without you.
Can we go deeper though? I mean,
Okay.
there's nowhere to go. There's literally nowhere to go.
Okay.
But just can we check? Can you check me?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no deeper to go,
There's no
then
deeper.
there is no depth at all.
No.
There's neither depth nor shallowness.
And it's funny because it's like going deep inside, but then it's also encompassing everything as well.
Yes. So does depth pertain to that?
What does pertain
Mean, does it relate to that?
There isn't really a dimension.
Very good.
There's no dimension.
Okay. So deeper or shallower, nothing. And inside and outside also will mean nothing.
No.
Then yesterday and Sunday and Monday
No,
means
no.
nothing.
There's this here and there's this here and
Yes. And above and below means nothing.
nothing here.
Okay. And you and me?
Now there's duality.
That is perceived, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. A sense of you and me is perceived. But from the place, from the root of the perceiving?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Is there any sadness there? Does it have a start and an end there?
No.
Is it light or dark there?
Well, I've got my eyes closed, so it's a little bit dark.
Yeah.
There's no... I mean, I could try and describe it, but I did this in my letter to you, and I was saying that there's like energy just vibrating.
Yeah.
But it's...
Is it energy vibrating?
It is not, no.
No. Good.
But it holds the energy that's vibrating within it.
Yeah. When you say it holds it, in what way does it hold it?
Not like...
It allows it to be. It allows it to be there.
It's just there.
And the energy cannot exist outside of it.
No.
So that's it.
No.
Any more things we can check? Good. Or is it checkmate?
Is it checkmate?
Also, checkmate means nothing for it.
God, I love you so much.
Is that duality?
Yes, but it's perceived. Yes.
Yeah. I feel if duality has any real significance, is just for the joy of the self feeling love for itself.
Oh, wow. want to go. I better go.
That also means nothing for it. But of course, words have to be spoken, and life has to be lived somehow. It's being lived, expressing whatever, like that. You're here also in this, even if it's the most superficial thing, you're here also in this,
Yeah.
and also beyond this thing. This is our freedom, and we don't have to really hide anything. You know that there's a dimension which is the expression of time and change. It's the dynamic field, and we don't have to deny, oh, that doesn't exist. It exists, but as temporality. It is the self in its expression as temporality. It's the self as the expression of transience.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks to you. Because she's been searching for a long time, searching, and then somehow with this intensity, something had to come. Something had to come out.
There was nothing else for me.
Yes.
I tried everything else.
Yes.
This is it. And I found you.
Yeah.
There was no other option. There was nothing else. Nothing else I wanted.
Yes. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, dear. I said we're going to, because many people, they seem to get upset when they see the people touching your feet and things like this. All over the world, sometimes people express, why do people do? I only remember when I am also touching your feet. It's the same thing. Now it's not so easy for me to do that physically, but I remember when I was also at Papaji's feet, touch my feet. No? I'd forget about everything, and I didn't want to move. And then somebody touch you, like it's time to go. Thank you.
I'm so happy. I'm here to meet you.
Yes.
I feel so good.
Yeah. That joy inside your hearts will not confess any separation.
I've seen your first video about maybe 3 years ago, and I've never managed to
visit you. And at Thursday I came straight from Poland to see you, and they brought me straight to Satsang. So it was for me beautiful, like lucky, and it's like this straight, straight go and straight path. And everything here is so beautiful, because when I was watching you and I was with you, I was always, I've never met anybody who know you, and you just appeared in my life. I wasn't searching, like I always was I have a big faith, and I always felt something, and just you came by itself, and it brought me here. and this, even being in this place is something beautiful to me, because when I was with this truth, and I always, met people, so they was talking from the mind mostly, and I was just not looking at this mind, just looking inside them. But here, everything's like, everything is.
Yes.
Like, and it's a very beautiful way to express this karma yoga, because when I came, I had some things to do, and this is really beautiful duality, because if I will not be, few things like personally came out because I had to do something, and this is this dualism that if it is, I can realize what it's not. Well, I mean,
Yes.
And I really want to thank you because you changed my life, and you made me as live. I am live.
Yes. 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 Because we say this, no? That not that you are living life, that you are life. And at the same time, the witnessing of life is occurring to you also, that you are perceiving life unfolding in its own flow. You are that life, and you're also the witness of this life.
So great to look in your eyes. When I'm sitting and I'm looking at you, I see so much light that I'm also like, I cannot see, because I see only light. It's beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoying. Thank you.
I'm so happy to blow in front of you. A little spider told me that you are Shiva yesterday morning in the Shiva temple. I put it was still dark, and I put my whole head into the altar just because, and I was concentrating on focusing on Shiva, and then there's this this Shiva statue, and there was a little spider catching my attention, and it walked right over to your image, and it walked onto your forehead, and it made a circle, and it walked away, and it was a very important message for me, because I'm not a bhakti champ, but it felt very important, and maybe for some other Sangha members too, because if bhakti is not the temperament, and Jnana Yoga is beautiful and it opens everything, but it is not entirely complete. And so my approach was, first I felt connecting to grace, mostly through pictures of a young Anandamayi Ma that felt much easier.
Yes.
And Ramana, and of course you, but and then there is this feeling that we have to connect, or ultimately it is all abstract and transcendental, and that's also very easy but there was always something. Like 3 years ago, we had a Skype Satsang with you. You were suddenly in our living room in Honolulu. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
The Honolulu Sangha. And I wasn't even prepared to speak. I was busy trying to get everything in order so that everybody had the connection was good, and so. But in the end, there was a moment, and the Sangha told me to come to the microphone, and I look at you at the big screen, and I had no question prepared, and all I could say, I love you, and you said it back, and then some question came, I don't even know what, and I didn't even hear what you said. You spoke for a long time. I was transfixed, and and the days following this encounter, every time, especially at night when I closed my eyes, there was this force field, but it was you. It was not didn't have any specific form, but it just like completely pulled me in like a black hole. And just for good measure, there was the faces of Ramana, Anandamayi Ma, Papaji, Nisargadatta Maharaj, sort of at the entrance to this phenomenon. And so there is this direct relationship. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it feels very important. What the little spider told me yesterday morning, that why would we want to relate to something abstract if that abstract principle is living with us, walking among us, and so for me, in a way, that solved. I think last Sunday the question came up about the finger pointing to the moon, and what is the finger or the hand, and what is the moon, and so I'm very happy. Somehow I feel this consolidated, and there is no conflict. It is not a problem of phenomenal or physical. And
very good.
I'm perfectly happy to see Shiva in you, not even in you. You, I don't know how to put it, but you being Shiva fully, every aspect of you, not something in the distance or something transcendental, but everything. Because it feels also in retrospect, or when I look at it, it feels important, like a bridge for our seeing. Because if we sort of dissolve in the abstract, it's difficult to see Shiva in everyone and in everything. And so in a way, this served as a bridge for this seeing.
Yes.
And I'm very, very happy about this. I wanted to share something else also. There was an insight about the nature of the mind, which I also found for me important to get things straight, to see what is what, because the mind is always here, is always spoken about, and is so huge and menacing, and I saw that the mind is actually not that special. It feels that let's say, if I look in a generalized way at the human experience, then I could say something like, this body, the biomachine of the body is basically here to support the sense organs. And the sense organs supply information to consciousness. And so is the sense of touch, it supplies touch information to consciousness. And the sense of smell, it supplies olfactory or smell information to consciousness. Sense of hearing supplies sounds to consciousness. And the visual sense, it supplies images to consciousness. And the mind, it doesn't seem to be any different. The mind seems like just another sense organ. We grew, like when we grew this prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that is responsible, or that kind of, is responsible for these mental processes, the cognition. It does nothing different, actually. It just supplies information to consciousness. Instead of images or sounds, it's just, meaning, subtitles, storyline, differentiation. And so this seeing, to put this in line just with the other sense organs, it seems it makes it much easier for me to throw a blanket over the whole thing, and then that's it.
Yes.
And I wanted to hear what...
yes. Actually, mostly when people speak about the mind, they speak about the mind from the position of the person. The mind seems to be huge and really just a big thing to try and handle. It's always so menacing. But how would it be if we spoke of mind when you're in the position of consciousness? Speak about mind as consciousness, from consciousness. And see and feel what is the difference, if there is a difference. When we say I, if we convert I into person and relate to whatever, life or mind as a person, it has a particular kind of feeling, experience, phenomenality about it. And if I is taken to be consciousness, pure consciousness, and again relate to life or mind, is there a difference or not? There's another way of putting it.
Yeah, it seems like when we want to cut off the images, we just close our eyes. It's the easiest. But it also seems like when we want to, disengage the mind, we just have to disengage our attention to all those pieces of information that come in.
When you realize you are just a self, all those things happen automatically. They are now the self's business, in a sense. When it is the person's business, there is so much. In fact, this is where our interactions become tiring, because the consciousness is insisting on being a person, and the person is just trapped in its own projections. But when it relates as consciousness, it's very, very different.
I'm having difficulties hearing what you say again. I just feel pulled into it. And I have to thank you again. I just always so full of gratitude, and just you are the most gracious host and being I've ever encountered, and the Sangha is just overflowing with love and hospitality. Is completely unreal. And well, it is so thick. Like Monte Sahaja is so thick with silence and love and hospitality. We haven't been there for a while, and just I think I'm not saying anything new, but it just wants to come out all the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I too have to share all this love and gratitude that's just pouring out. And especially because last time I was here, you lit something up inside of me that really wasn't there at all. It was when you were speaking of no other. And even though following all your pointing, so much has fallen away, I was having such difficulties, and still do, with the inquiry. So often I'm looking and looking, and we'll get to a point, and there's some peace and space and a sense of being, but before I know it, the person's back, and it just gets to be so frustrating and difficult and like hard work, and almost like, who is it, Sisyphus, that's pushing the big boulder up the hill, and before you know it, it's all the way back again, just always coming back, and seeing this opening of no other, that there's only God, that if I could just really realize that would take care of everything. And I could never even say God before I met you. There was, I don't know, it was too loaded, too much conditioning. I wasn't comfortable. But you brought that back, and sorry, thank you. I just see that I don't have to try to understand and look and struggle like I've been doing.
Yes.
That I just have to surrender, and that's really the easiest thing. I mean, it's like, what could be easier, Like the ultimate not doing, I don't have to do anymore. The other night, there was just this burning that was going on. I woke up at 3 a.m. and just burning and burning going on, and feeling this opening of surrender, and seeing that, in fact, I don't even have to surrender. God's been carrying me all along. It always has. I don't know why I didn't see it before. Grace has always been in charge.
Yeah.
And I'm just so grateful. And when I was searching before, I had to always, I couldn't go to churches and things because it wasn't there. I had to look for something totally foreign, like Taoism or Zen Buddhism. But they don't talk about God at all, really. There's the Tao is the truth, but there's nothing, at least that I connected there. And even with the Buddhism, there's the Buddha and the Sangha and the Dharma. But again, maybe you could say the one, but it's still, at least it wasn't like the one, There's just the one. And so there was still no real feeling of God. But now I see, even those aren't concepts anymore. I mean, there's the Buddha, there is the Sangha, there's the Dharma, it's all here. You've made it all real, it's really here.
Yes.
It's not a concept anymore, and God is completely here. And I'm just so grateful, and I don't know, I mean, how can I not bow to your feet? How can I not bow to the Sangha's feet? All of you, because you've given me something so precious.
And in hearing what you have to say as well, that something becomes so, yes, all these words, all these seemingly different things are now expressed in one unicity as just the same. It's the same thing. Simple as here. I said one time we were on the train, where they take me sometime when I'm leaving somewhere. I'm just about to go on the train. And as the train is pulling in, they start to ask, okay, you have any final words before you go? Like, you have any final thing, Mooji, to go? I remember saying one of these things at the Frontiera station as I was boarding the train. There's nothing I have to do or be. I don't even have to be myself. It's like, where do you go with that? I don't even have to be myself. It is. And either you will hear this in the most free, the most totally free way, to the alreadiness of truth. It is already. Not are you ready? No, you are already. Easy like this, of truth. No? But sometimes just a little bit seems to seep through and arrive in that in the pure space where it is not learnt, it just flowers into conviction, or maybe more than conviction. There's something more than conviction, truth. So if it is heard like that, and you see again the simplicity, the beauty, the oneness of all things, whether you want to say it is this Buddhism or Islam or Christianity or Taoism or whatever, it's still just the one.
Yes, it's all here.
Yeah.
I wasn't comfortable saying even God, but now all the names of God,
yes,
they're all here.
Yes.
And actually, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah. When this started last time, this no other, only God became like a mantra to me.
Yeah.
And I'd sit up at the Shiva temple, and anytime thoughts would come, I'd just recite that. And then one morning, I don't know, somehow other words came, even a melody. It became a prayer, a song, a prayer that I just sing in my heart. And can I sing that for you?
Yeah.
Because you and Shiva gave it to me. I don't even know how it sounds out loud. I always just sing it inside. So. There is no other, there's only grace. There can be no other behind this face. Lord Shiva, remove me, for only God can be. There is no other, there's only grace. There can be no other behind this face. Lord Shiva, remove me, for only God can be. Only God, only grace, only Shiva, only Vishnu, only Shakti, only Brahma, only Christ, only Yahweh, only Allah, only one, only one. There is no other, there's only grace. There can be no other behind my fate. Lord Shiva, replace me, for only God can be. There is no other, there's only grace. There can be no other behind this face. Lord Shiva, replace me, for only God can be. Only God, only grace, only Shiva, only Vishnu, only Shakti, only Brahma, only Christ, only Yahweh, only Allah, only one, only one. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Yes, Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Yes, Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. There is no other, there's only grace. There is no other behind this face. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you. Beautiful. Wonderful.
I have to bow to the Sangha too.
Yes.
You have all made this possible too. All the questions, all the service, everything. Thank you. With all my love, all my gratitude, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good, good, good.
Guruji,
Hi.
I stand up because I want to bow to your feet as well. And I remember that's not that long ago. I kind of, when even after discovering something, I went back to the mind, and I remember this, and I feel ashamed, but not really ashamed, but I just think, like, what a shame, because right now I just don't understand, like, how I was doubting you, you know, and it's ridiculous. I just want to, maybe it not sounds so spontaneous because it came to me like 2 days ago, but I didn't have like chance to tell you that I felt like so much surrender, and I still have this in me right now. Like remembering that, you can just go back to the mind for something. It is such a stupid idea, and I hope this is true what I am going to say, but I want to say, like, never ever I am going to doubt you again. But if I will, I just want to say it loud so I remember that I surrendered in front of everybody.
Can we say things like this? Let's put it to everybody. Can you make such a determination and genuinely, truthfully, to say, I will never, never doubt you, or I will never leave you, say
Yes.
like this? I mean, we can say, but is there a real power to, is it really up to the one who speaks to say this in a genuine way?
I can hear myself. It's not, right now it's so true.
Yes.
But I know maybe something will change, but I want to remember this
Yes.
every time because it is so true. And you are, I also had trouble also like with looking at people bowing to your feet or worshipping you, because it's like it.
Did they
I
worship
felt
me?
smaller. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. It's like ridiculous. He was just thinking like, if we are all this, then you are no bigger than me, and it would make me feel smaller. But now I realize that because you are the living truth, and you are my example, and even if I don't understand, I always want to follow you.
This is good. This is a good attitude. Because we, even understanding very often, if it's mental, it's still also is not reliable. There's sometimes an understanding happens in your heart, and it's a different thing. It's like it's not different from yourself.
Yes, I remember I was thinking like, this is true, but how does it imply in this situation? But it is just, I don't know who that was. I don't want to be that person again. But I just want to make it physical, so that it's just somehow more stays in my memory.
Yes.
That I did surrender.
We have it on film as well.
I love you.
I love you too. Very good.
Say something else?
Yes.
It's just my observation. It was really funny. I remember a while ago when I looked at you and in your eyes, and consciously I noticed that I don't see light in your eyes. I thought to myself, like, your eyes are just black. No, I don't know, I never noticed, like, you are so funny as well. Like, you are laughing all the time when you have serious face and your eyes are laughing. So, I guess, like, all the senses are just like illusion. You know, it can be like this, you can see this, or something else another time.
Yes, yes. We spoke about that, no? We were saying that nothing has one single inherent meaning. Largely, we are projecting the meanings we feel are in the things.
Yeah.
Depending upon our own maturity or ways of looking or conditioning, we perceive maybe the same thing in such a different way. And even the same thing at different times differently also.
Yeah. I love you, Mooji, I love you.
I love you too. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody.
Very good. Thank you. You claim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mooji, for all your love and your wisdom. Thank you. Mooji, I come today with lots of love in my heart, but also some sadness.
Yeah.
And the answer I have been, the question I have been answered for so many people already. And thank you for that. And it's about attachment, and especially about parents.
Okay.
Our greatest gurus, no? I have now a big mission in my relationship with my parents. And I surrender to it, and I'm trying to give so much love to it, but also to be truthful about it. And sometimes I can't be clear either I'm being truthful with it or not. I would like to know how I can relieve their suffering, but also be truth with myself and with my path.
Yes. If you are true, then the way that you relate to anybody, whether your parents or anyone, will carry the fragrance of that truthfulness anyway. You don't have to separate them. Now I'm in my truthful sadhana, and then now, but how can I bring this to my parents? The truth, it finds its way, even without planning, without any technique. And this is what I'm inviting for everybody, that you trust also, and don't come over prepared for anything, because the life will not fulfill your projections. It will not present things in the scenarios that your mind would like for them to be. So the most truthful is you stand inside your truth, but not like this, not rigid, and be with them. And from this place, if it is authentic, you'll find that the way opens in the moment for you. You'll know when to be quiet in that moment. You cannot know when to be quiet before. You will just know in the moment when to be quiet. And when somehow, not even 1 second before even necessary, not even, although it can be like that, you may find that just so fresh and so clear it becomes, because you have no technique saved up at all. You don't have any. You just come with them and to life like that. And don't take too much also this kind of mission to change, to put an end to their suffering, because of course that is your genuine wish. You love your family, you love your parents or your children, whatever, and you want the best for them, but sometimes we don't know what is best for them. Sometimes people do have to go through their difficulties, and maybe sometimes there's a resistance or stubbornness, and they won't let go to something. And but if you are in your truth, you will sense somehow. You'll be in such a sensitive space with them that it will give the highest opportunity to them to find more space or more way. This has to be a thing of trust. And once you do this and you see the space that it creates, and don't hold too tightly to what you want to see, just be, and then see what happens. Because maybe they make some progress, but it's still not big enough in your mind to feel that is still something valuable. You see? Sometimes even someone expressing anger can be a step forward for them. You see, it's not necessarily that they have to say, oh yes, thank you, I feel so much better. Sometimes have a good scream is like a great step for them, like they've never done it before. Some people, they've never, there are some people never cried. I've met that is grown people in their 60s, who never cried. It was like something is so inside, I can't show anyone that, because that is taken to be like a sign of weakness or something like that. So we grew up with a lot of conditioning also that if you believe too much in them, you are suppressing so much. But when you're in the presence of someone or in a Sangha field like this, automatically, beyond your capacity to suppress things, something begins to work on you. And it, even as you sleep, even as you rest, throughout the day, it's burning its way through into your heart. And somehow you start to feel maybe very restless, very irritable and so on. But it's still because something wants to throw these things out. But if it is just you and your family, just you be rooted in the truth, which is not just like a bag of concepts, but in the spirit of being. That is the most important. And then when you're with your family, you may find that you're not even addressing them as a daughter even. You're just like a presence, like you're with them as presence. Because sometimes the relationship titles, they get in the way. We make excuses, you know. You know, you're only my daughter. You have no right to be speaking to your mother like this type of thing. So when you are resting in presence, as presence, the dynamics change, and you'll be surprised at how much where you are in your own state, in your own consciousness, will shape the way in which their activities will play also. It's a very mystical thing, very beautiful. But any intention we have, if it is too tight, then sometimes it gets in the way. You have an idea of what good is, and an idea what is bad. Very often, though, you know energetically when someone is not happy. We can tell. We don't have to do any sort of like big therapies on that. You know it. But how we relate is very differently. You see. So that would be the priority, to just rest in your truthfulness. Be unafraid. Trust in your own heart's truth. And when you're with them, don't go with any agenda too much. Just be with them. And then see how, because it may not be words. Maybe it's not words. Maybe it's something else. Maybe you might find just to go over to your father while he's sitting down and massage his shoulder. Maybe you've never done that. And maybe you might go, oh, no. I said, no, relax a little bit. Come and, you don't know. In the moment, you will know. The human mind does not trust this, because we are always practicing and ahead of time, what would you do if, and so on. But in the spontaneity of being, there's something is very different from any plan. Even the biggest expert, action will not be as appropriate as someone who is just somehow present as presence. It's very, very different. You see, attachments also can get in the way. Of course it's there, but you have to leave it a bit in the background. If you can, naturally also when you realize the self, you perhaps can go in a situation without even thinking that you're with your parents. It's just a place of beingness. But if the parents are there, it's fine. It's also just you are fresh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sometimes a question comes to my mind, which is, I feel in my heart a truth appeal to be into service now, and right now that implies geographical distance with my parents.
Yes.
And sometimes I wonder when I'm listening to them, is it hypocrite to go and do my service if they somehow need me here, and should I serve them first, or how can I serve them, being truth with myself and with my path?
Don't put too much of a concept on service. Sometimes we have a very strong concept about service, and then it starts to determine some shape it has to be. and then it becomes something not so alive anymore. You see? There can be, of course, be some organized, an aspect of service that can be organized, but it must spring also from the heart, from the freshness of your heart. That is the most powerful. And you put everything into being free. You serve along the way, but don't prioritize that, okay, this is my job now, I want to be in service. No, be free. And don't be free and then serve. Maybe both. But you prioritize, give the highest priority to realizing your true nature. And as you move in life, your life becomes a karma yoga. Your life becomes your opportunity to learn and to apply your wisdom to situations as they come also. I say this thing because I've encountered people who have very strong concepts about what they're doing and their role in life. And they may imagine that, the people who they are relating to feel the same way as they do. That, these people are really serving me or something. And can feel like, somehow that they feel like they're a kind of charity case, which they don't want to feel like they are some kind of charity case. You see, if things are not springing from really from your heart, and spontaneously and intuitively, it can become more of a hassle. People think, just leave me alone, man, leave me alone. They say, yeah, but I'm here to help you. Yeah. Or sometimes you see someone in the road and they're, you think, oh my God, man probably is not eaten for 2 or 3 days. You go around the corner and buy him some pasta de nata or whatever, some nice thing. You came and said, listen, I bought something, eat, So, I don't want this. What do you want? I want a cigarette. So, I'm not buying you a cigarette. I don't believe in smoking. So that's okay, but I smoke. And then what you going to do? Say, no, I don't believe. Then you start to apply your own thing. Can you give them what they want, or what you think they should have? All of this is to do with maturity and with relating to people from your heart, also.
Thank you so much.
Okay, very good. Oh, very good. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Mooji.
Thank you.
Words. 2 weeks ago, I came for the first time to your Sunday Satsang, and since almost a year since I've been in Portugal, I have been pointed towards you, and I've had so many concepts in my head that didn't allow me to come.
Oh.
And right after I was here 2 weeks ago, I was just reminded of what I already knew. Just reminded who I am.
Yes.
And I just now being here now, just before I came here now, this time I had been a week in silence, I just put a silence badge. Like I need to have this little watching time because there was so much duality going on. Because I'm staying in a Kundalini yoga ashram right now since almost half a year, and when I first came here, I felt so in conflict. All this duality, like good and bad, and contradictions started working. And when I came here, I had the plan in my mind to, I don't know, to live alone in nature, in silence, not to allow myself to express any creativity anymore, any interaction, any nothing. And since I'm sitting here now, it like doesn't really matter. I already predicted probably something like that would happen. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know anything, and yeah.
Do you feel badly about this? About not the sense of not knowing anything?
No, I don't feel bad about or good about. It's just it's. I don't. I just don't know, and I feel a little bit like what some people have shared. Also, I felt a lot of it touched me. Like a lot of things I also were things in me that wanted to be expressed, but. But what I feel now is like I start to see a whole picture of this, what has been happening inside and outside is the same. Like a few years ago, I think 5 years ago, I had my first waking up. Just waking up and just light, just nothing mattered, and just love. And then there was this very big spiritual ego that just could not accept that it's so easy. Could just not accept. That's it. That's all there is to. And just sneaked in the years. It just sneaked in, like telling, I was very young. I was 19 and I started traveling for the first time, and I came along a lot of spiritual people and a lot of stories and rules and beliefs, and I started to have this feeling that very was synchronized with my mind that I had, its conditions. It was being confirmed all the time, like you still have a path to walk, you have karma to clear, you have this, you have to that, and you have to get rid of all the sorrow. You cannot be awake when you feel sorrow. There was this conditioning, it's like being awake means being all the time in complete bliss, and I cannot feel pain, and also my body should correct itself, because since being a child I have been kind of diagnosed as having Gilles de la Tourette, lightly. It's like having tics.
What is that?
Gilles de la Tourette is like having like this kind of tics,
okay.
and it's light with me, but there's always like this nervous system rush in my body, and it will stay or whatever. So, and I couldn't believe it. Was like, but if this is still here, this is not awake, even though I could feel I'm the one and everybody is the one. There's just this spiritual ego going on, and then I don't know, I feel life gives me all the time. I give myself all the time a new chance to experience who I am. And so a year ago, again, this opening happened, but even more. I don't know. I can't really say even more because it is what it is. But I don't know. I was for weeks in that. I just let go of everything, all the thoughts, and they were just small, and I could feel a lot of compassion for my own thoughts, kind of like for all that has been thought and all that has been and around, and then again I went traveling. It's like this repeating thing. I went traveling to Portugal a few months after because these fears were still there. Not so much anymore the fear of dying, because it doesn't exist, but the fear of, but how am I going to survive? Because I didn't have a finished study, I didn't have a job, and I have a body that's not working with me. I cannot have like full-time job without having these nervous things. I felt kind of like handicapped, and I had so much emotions being still there in the body, and all this sorrow, and I just felt like the only thing I could do was just lie in bed and be. And my mind was like, but you can't live like that. What about the future, you know? Well, at that moment it was safe and okay, and I had support, but my mind just wanted to know, to be safe in the future. So again, at some point I just left everything. I just left traveling with the idea like I will learn to love myself.
Today, where are you today?
Today I am, and observing all these stories that now are passing in front of my eyes, and I feel like I felt all these years that I didn't allow myself to speak about anything, about any experience, any feelings, because it's just feelings, just thoughts. But now, that's why I'm sharing it now, because I feel a lot of shame about sharing the experiences. I feel a lot of, but it's just a person. It's not me, so I shouldn't express. And now being here, I kind of understand that it's not me, but it's an experience. So, and it's there. So it's okay to recognize that it's a part of existence.
It is okay to speak things out.
Yeah.
If they become kind of what you share with every person, then it loses something. But there's a time to speak things out and to clear the slate, wipe your board clean, and be completely empty, in fact. As long as the person is there, it will be up to some kind of strategy, something that it has to do, and some projection about the future, some guilt or remorse about the past, and all these different things will trouble it. In a way, if I can say this, when the person gets harassed by its own projections, it is not a bad thing, because the person is not true. And what it does is when you are constantly under attack by your own mind and your own projections, at least it forces a deeper introspection, a deeper search for what is lasting, what is not just in the realm of impermanence. You look for something much more deep. So in a sense, the troubles and tribulations and trials and suffering can motivate the consciousness, which has adopted personhood as its role or something, has to grow beyond this thing, you see. And it can happen very naturally. It doesn't have to be regimented. It can an awakening can simply arise out of even the most painful states. Sometimes some states become so unbearable that your only option is to be free.
Yes. Yes. I'm so grateful for really everything. Everything, because it all is. It's just, I'm really, really, really grateful for all these mirrors of myself, all these mirrors of how much beauty there is, and I'm even so grateful for all the sorrow. And I'm not it, but
Yes.
But I got the gift of experiencing this part of life, and I don't know. I just
One thing, be swift about it. Meaning, like that. Yes, be grateful, but don't get stuck in gratitude. In a way, no? Like once a man was drowning. He was swimming, and then he got some stitches, and he couldn't move his body. He was drowning, almost drowning. And then a wave came and brought his body right to the shore. And he ended up on the beach. And then he was so thankful for that. He went around looking for some flowers to thank the wave, to give to the wave. But then he turned around, he was gone. He says, don't know which wave I can thank. It's finished. The wave didn't wait to be thanked. It's off. And sometimes when a life comes like this, everything brought you to this point, brought you to right on the chair you're sitting at the moment. And yes, okay, this is very good. And from here now, what? Be very fresh. And you can say thanks to life for all that has happened. And much of it I misunderstood. Much of it I misinterpreted. I don't know what it really was, but I'm here and there's gratitude in my heart, and now I just want to be free. I want to be free like life is. This is a wonderful thing.
Yes, and I would also like to just sing something spontaneous, because that is the thing I enjoy most in life and the thing I have repressed most. So now I'll just...
Let's have something.
Thank you, 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 I love you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Thank you, darling. Very good. Okay. So, can we have somebody sing something? Akira, you want to say something? Okay, come. Hi. Okay.
So I came because some fear came up during the satsang. Every time someone is finishing talking and I know it's time for you to choose the next one, hearts
Flutter.
racing. And I know from experience, last year, whenever this happened, it was a good thing if I came. And then this reaction, it just went. So it's been 9 months since I spoke to you in Satsang, and I've been keeping very quiet. And it's been very good. And since I arrived here at Mooji Sangha Bhavan 8 weeks ago, a lot of stuff is burning. And the stuff that's come up for me, it's been very obvious. Things, the mind, thoughts that have come, it's been so blatantly
not true, it's been very, very easy to just almost laugh at it and it's gone. So then everything mentally went very quiet, which was really very beautiful, and it was like this for some time. And it seems in the last 2 or 3 days, something's coming in much more subtle, that it's not so obvious for me to see, and this is creating some...
I'm going to give you a hard time.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
Why are you giving so much importance to that? Why to give so much importance to feelings? Because then they take on a kind of magnitude that you have this power to overlook things. It's not important. Not important if even the feelings of fear come, and then you say, okay, no, I must push through this. But actually, it's nothing. It's better you look and say, but it's nothing at all. Fear about what? So okay, I go and I put my hand and I come up and okay, the fear went. But you have much bigger fish to fry than that. You have to throw everything out. I must throw everything out. Don't fight small battles. You know, you bring this big tree down. If there's a big tree. If we spend time too much looking, yeah, okay, now another thing is coming up. There's no end to these weeds. They'll keep coming up. And they keep coming up because you're there, with your scissors and your little things, waiting to cut them as they come. And you can be in this for a long time. And I'm saying this for everybody. Don't get caught up in this traffic of things coming, little things, and now this thing is coming, something's coming, I don't quite see what it is, but I can see it when it's like this, Just ignore it. The biggest one, the great powers, is to ignore things. It's not any big deal, because it's not the first time. They come with these things, and the more we give energy to them, the more they seem like there's something. And then you develop this kind of relationship with certain kind of thoughts, like, I'm getting somewhere with these now, because they used to be more, now they're less. Well, maybe just now they're less for the time being. We don't know. But when you cut it, say, don't give any energy to that, rather look from the deep space. Speak as the Buddha. Would the Buddha be saying to Ananda, these little things keep coming in. Just, like that. Or Jesus saying, Peter, just give me a moment. Okay? Because there's just these kind of irritating thoughts coming up about what will happen if we don't get enough donations today. You see, no, they would not. And you must speak as the Buddha, you must speak as the Christ light in you, because that power you have, I've seen it. But don't get caught in this thing, because it can seem like, it is important, and you believe it into a kind of an existence that, I am here for weeding. You're not here for weeding. You're here for dying and rising up as the eternal life itself. Isn't it? You see? So don't be caught into small traffic with these things, these thoughts. They're not significant. At a certain point, they will not even register for you anymore, because they're not worthy of your attention. The more you give attention to them, then you take on their quality, and then you're a nervous wreck. Or you're talking and then she's laughing now, she knows exactly what I mean. And then, so the stuff, you got no time left over to do anything because you have so many thoughts to nurse. Like this. So this is the most beautiful thing, it's all nothing. Everything is transient, everything is coming and going. You see? then when your attitude is like that, when there is something to give the attention to, there's space in you to see it much more clearly. You see? So don't give too much importance to little small thoughts, small change. Just there's nothing at all. They were nothing yesterday, they are nothing today. And tomorrow, they're also nothing. Don't give any importance to them. And then you see, you come back into the magnificence of being. You see? Because your natural state is thought-free, you know. You remain in this beautiful space of neutrality. You're not in gear. You're not on call. You see? You're not on duty or off duty. You are the self. You see? Yeah. One chop. Finished, isn't it? Weeding? No. Or as Arjuna would say, he does it. It's finished. Everything finished. And how quick? Otherwise, you could be still struggling with 6 years. We come back, we see you still in weeds. Then, in one instant, finish. Yeah. And so that is.
I needed that.
Yes, yes. Very good. Thank you. Very good. You came here this time, very high mission. Your mission. Huh? This life is for freedom. Now. And your most natural life also. Most happy.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Just before I came back to Portugal, it was very, very clear to me that I'm here for total liberation.
Yes.
I'm not interested in any of this personal stuff, nothing. I want it all gone.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's very easy. If you just want a little change here and there to fix this and that, it will be very difficult. But if you want all of it, it's very easy. Yeah. Yeah. It's not about things. It's not about even 1 million things. It's not about that. It's only about you. Yeah? What you take yourself to be. That which is looking at it. Because sometimes we are very caught up with what we have in front, what is have in front, that you miss who you are, who is looking. And that is the great discovery. Not this. This is also time. This is also change. But what is looking without detachment, without attachment, you know, try and give attention to that, pay attention to that. Fall in love with that. Fall in love with that. And all miseries will go. If If you look outside, it will keep on multiplying more and more outside. But if you look from here, who sees all these things? Because who is the witness of permanence or impermanence, of this and that, of the comings and goings? Without you, no report. When there is you, also it can be no report. And then life just speaks through your mouth things which causes a garden to grow around you. This is the beauty. Very good. Thank you, my love. Yeah, so good. There you go. That's good. Eric is happy today. Eric. Okay, you come.
flowers open when you speak. They love to hear your voice, fill their petals with light. Even all the trees open their arms, turn their faces to you. Even all the trees open their arms, turn their faces to you. They refuse to die on earth. They are try to grow high and reach you in the sky. They refuse to die on earth. They are try to grow high and reach you in the sky. You are the light of the night. When the night is black and there is no moon, you are the light of the night. When the night is black and there is no moon, you are the light of the night. When the night is black and there is no moon, you are the light of the night. When the night is black and there is no moon, you are the light of the night. When the night is black and there is no moon, you are the light of the night. When the night is black and there is no moon, you are the light of the night. When the night is black and there is no moon, you are the light of the night. When the night is black and there is no moon, all the birds one day will fly out of their nests. All the birds one day will fly out of their nests. Simple is your way, love the Lord every day. Divine. Simple is your way, love the Lord every day. Divine is your smile. Goddess devotion dance all day inside your eyes. Goddess of compassion lands on earth when your tears are falling. Everything is here, Father, when looking into your eyes. Everything is love, Father, when listening to your voice. Everything is grace, Father, when falling into your arms. Even angels sing your praise now that heaven lives on earth. Everything is here, Father, when looking into your eyes. Everything is love, Father, when listening to your voice. Everything is grace, Father, when falling into your arms. Even angels sing your praise now that heaven lives on earth. Everything is grace, Father, when falling into your arms. Even angels sing your praise now that heaven lives on earth. Everything is grace, Father, when looking into your eyes. Even angels sing your praise now that heaven lives on earth. Everything is grace, Father, when looking into your eyes. Even angels sing your praise now that heaven lives on earth.
Thank you. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. We will take a break now, and so everyone can have some chai. And those of you who have to leave, well, we see you next time. But I'm here again in about 15 minutes, and it's the time we use to read some of the letters that come each week, and to have a chance to see them and to read them. So everybody's welcome to come back. And so, thank you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Love you.